Hi everyone, for today's ride we are back in Kielder Forest and riding on the Bloody Bush Trail eventually. I've left from Kielder Castle, heading down now on this lakeside route, and then we're going to be heading up on the Bloody Bush Trail until we get to the border with Scotland, and then we're going to drop down into Newcastleton. So yeah, should be good fun. Come along, enjoy the ride, let us know what you think in the comments, folks. Oh, lovely view of Kielder water there. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, this section of the route is the lakeside route, which you can ride right round the lake on this. If I remember rightly, it's about 27 miles all round the lake, and although I've not done it, I believe the trails are pretty much like this, sort of wide, gravel, accessible. Good family riding. Obviously you can do it in bits or the whole loop, and suitable for basic mountain bikes or gravel bikes, whatever floats your boat. And because of problems they're still suffering from Storm Arwen, then the Bloody Bush Trail is diverted over a chunk of this at the very start. Okay, and this looks like the Bloody Bush Trail. There we go, straight onto the single track of the Bloody Bush. So let's see how this goes. Okay, the waterproof's come off now. I'll top that first bit of single track on Fire Road. So let's hope we can finish the ride without the waterproof, eh? Who knows? Back onto the single track again, folks. So, Bloody Bush diversion. Right. So there's quite a few diversions on the trail, and putting you down this Fire Road stuff, which was actually quite good fun. A lot of it is fast, and you get a fair turn of speed up, as you can see from my speedo there. Okay. And this particularly was quite a nasty steep climb, and even on the e-bike it got the heart rate up a bit, to say the least. Back on the single track again. Not quite sure how long we're on single track for, but hey, let's enjoy it while it's here, shall we? that was pretty much the end of the diversions now. Caution, slippery when wet. One for the Bon Jovi fans there. Okay, this is the boardwalk, so we'll see how it goes. Now I've left this in full just so you get a real idea how long this boardwalk is. It's not particularly technical, obviously as you said from the start, it does get slippery when wet, but if you came off and managed to damage some ribs or break a leg or something daft here, the consequences would be pretty serious because you're quite a long way from civilization, and there's pretty much no mobile phone signal up here, so certainly one to be aware of. And the boards were a bit on the wet side, although it wasn't raining, so I was taking this a little bit on the conservative side, to say the least. But it's not particularly narrow, not particularly difficult, but you don't want to be falling off. I've got to say, from the start of the boardwalk, this is probably the best section of the trail. From here on in, it gets fun. There we go, off the boardwalk and into the countryside. And actually now this has been cleared, it's rather open up here. By this stage you really do get a sense of being in the middle of nowhere and sort of on the edge of England, looking for the Scottish border, and some absolutely cracking trails, I've got to say. This particular section now down here is just great fun, to be honest. Flows very well. Some cracking views up here, folks, if you've got time to look at them. Yes, it would be great to look at the views if you hadn't got to watch where you were going, and you really do need to watch where you're going on these, because there's a few little blips and turns and sniper rocks and things to catch you out. So this particular section really made all the diversions and the uphills worth the effort. There were some interesting shorter bits of single track earlier on in the ride, which unfortunately I had to edit out because of the camera angle. But this is the bit I really enjoyed most, to be honest. There you go, folks. Which way now? Left, the Bloody Bush Trail, right for the cross-border trail. We're going cross-border, so we'll see you in Scotland. And that on the left, folks, is the Bloody Bush. A bit of a disappointment, I had to say. But apparently that's where it's called the Bloody Bush due to the number of skirmishes over the years that have taken place on the border. So long but a single track there, of no real significance, straight line just across the top, and then onto a long fire road section. Oh, this is awesome! Yeah, it was great fun, this. Not particularly technical. You've obviously got to watch out because there's on the bends and so on, because it's quite loose. But you can see there I'm doing 29-30 mile an hour down here, and it's pretty much all downhill from here into Newcastleton. It just takes you down, zigzagging through the forest, as you'll see, and there's various options that you can pick on this route. I chose on this occasion to ride on the fire roads and then eventually onto the tarmac all the way down into Newcastleton. But if you wanted to do some more of the technical single track, then there was plenty of scope here to cut into the woods, because you're riding through the forest with all of the Newcastleton trails in. So this isn't part of those particular trails, but you could easily miss that one. You could indeed, flying down that hill. Yeah, this was just a short section, which then took me through onto back onto the fire road. But as I was saying, there's plenty of opportunity to cut through and pick up the Newcastleton trails, either the blue or the red route, and you could then you'll finish the ride in much the same place. So it's entirely up to you how you feel at this stage, whether you want to have a high-speed black down the fire roads, which is what I was doing today, or whether you want to turn off and pick up the single track through Newcastleton. If you want to see what that's like, I'll put a link in the comments below so you can see what the Newcastleton trails are like. I'll leave you to watch me ride down the road and across the bridge into Newcastleton, where I stop for coffee and cake, as is tradition, and I'll see you on the next ride, folks. Thanks for watching.